Hello, Stephen Colbert. There are people from your network who are recording crimes with Russians and with other nations with natures of crime maintained, crime methods also bonded, maintained, motivated per their roles, per itself manifest, per left private agreements with the trade center. Our stewards with that maintain criminally foreign influence. Their roles with Washington, D.C. Trade Center, various natures of courts, criminally involved with each fact sheet nature of each age of fact sheet through time. Each age of fact sheet nature, attaching little kids to fake locations. These are very sick stewards of DCF, of kids' prisons through time. Not formally, I never had any formal interactions with DCF. I just know about this. This is how they keep prison stewardships and their family members criminally foreign influenced. Delusions raw. Really sick people. They pretend what? They're trying to correct people. They're doing this against innocent people. They're doing it consciously to hide their life progressions. That's recorded. So now they're also mandated law crimes, crime roles and natures, crime methods like approaching people with the news after they're already recorded involved with federal criminals, foreign and domestic criminal enterprises, foreign and domestic military facilitated to it. Enzo Fienza, a Dillon family, a Kerr family, a Demora from Weathersfield, Demora from Rocky Hill. All people with a whole bunch of other people, Carone brothers, people I have to find the names of, associated with identity thefts, crimes on off Fox Connecticut News, the clubs next to it, the church locations, all victim predators respecting the sensibilities of retired and standing police forms, police chiefs, all associated them, retired and standing detectives, roles with fire departments, their conjunction with police, ambulance, everyone speaking through other. Their crime acts roles with body dumping spots, legal and criminal, involved with identity thefts, database crimes, criminal uses of everyone speaking through other, sequence shift crime acts roles, crime acts that are in a method that are maintaining other people's names used. Facebook is recorded and confessed using the word privacy criminally because they're identity theft. They're preventing mandated law. They're with interbranch family members involved with child sex offenders, sex crime acts, rape threats, harassment, identity thefts, using Facebook leading up to the Trade Center attack or leading up to a 2006 case specifically, and other cases, and then since criminally involved with the same ones criminally involved with the Trade Center attack context with a proven sequence shift. Further crime acts rolls inside out of that court. Crime acts against me using fake, attaching everyone to fake words. WFSB attached people they approached with the news to fake words with federal criminals through time, database crimes with them, child sex offenders and untimely deaths tied. And they're tied because they're maintained using investigations to keep people from countering them, putting fake things in databases, pretending what they couldn't pretend unless they were being coached to it because of by the individual executive branch corruption, the individual judicial branch criminal foreign influences and crime methods and natures and the roles with that group too. So when they hear about one, they're defending the other not for the reasons they say. They're criminally foreign influenced. Originally instilled, they're maintained this way. Self-value. So we need free speech. We need Fox News because at the same time they attach me to a whole bunch of fake conversations. These are a whole bunch of people with CCSU and with Trinity College, with crimes with boxing gyms, a whole bunch of boxing gyms from Connecticut and interstate. The same people with interbranch family members criminally involved with it. Whole bunch of names. Then they have to pretend they don't like people. They keep everyone naive quality of fact sheet nature. We have sick fake punk roles with violence, starting violence with kids that can't back it up. starting violence with kids that can't back up unless they have a group there and time tricks and worse. They're hurting each age of factory nature into roles. They're putting they're putting illusions. They're attaching lies and sequence shifts. You know to to interactions between people of each age through time, and they're exploiting that through time. These are identity theft crime roles originally still black and white. It's an identity theft against both people because the whole time it's simple liars, formal, that are discernible, and everyone's fighting with as a quality of fact sheet means you can't defend that. And then if you defend yourself from the violence of the starting fights with you verbally online, the courts are going to settle it wrong because they're criminally involved. They're sick punks associated with these courts. And the whole time they've been pretending they're about other people are punks. The whole time they've been extending crimes against each age of fact sheet nature. You think that those are our means for the elderly? You think that those are our means for the stacking people? But you think that those are our means for where there are shootings on areas sustained through time? All buys. We're going to need federal stewardships of Weathersfield, Connecticut. We're going to need federal stewardships of Hartford, Connecticut. We're going to need federal stewardships of all the cities, of the state judicial branch offices, all the locations on off that criminally involved. We're going to have to find out the name of this woman with the red hair and the girl with the soccer involved further with the crimes with foreign and domestic associated wherever they're ducking behind with the Peruta family and other Russians involved crimes with drugs, with kids, formal and other, involved crimes with fire departments, with town offices, with intercampuses, a whole bunch of name stacking, other nations like foreign and domestic overt criminal enterprises. You think that Puerto Rico had free speech? Mexico recorded, confessed, involved with our side of a whole bunch of other nations through CCSU, criminally involved. With you think they're sick punks with criminal justice, with psychology. Don't pretend Mexico's not is free. You guys are the gringo. You guys are the gringos with the psychology, with the rackets. You have punks with no manners. America, you other nations. And you pretend other because you're sequence shifting. You're sequence shifting. Get the names of who's behind. Get the names of the 4G names, switching names. With my town at the branch, with the Scalora family, with child sex offenders. Get out! You fear God. All you nations. Italy, get me a response for the demorals associated with the CCSU federal crimes. All these people. Fred Grisey, I never saw him in the location of Fred Grisey in my life. Recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with various natures of courts and their family members criminally involved. All kinds of ways. Then tied to what has them crime acting with my name in the background now, intercampuses, with Weathersfield High School. Further with the middle school, further with Weathersfield, other ages and campuses. Rise, all rise! Get me a response right now. They're using the phone games. They're lying about writing. Let's go, because they're forging names and switching names. They're using time, note, always, too fast, too slow. Then these are the people are experts on logic. Get out! You guys fear. Watch this fake news. Now there are people with the child defenders with the former domestic families criminally involved, military with this Dillon family too, on off 2-route highway. And there's a Allegro's Cafe. I never had a conversation. I don't know if that's him. There's a person from the stairway of a building associated with him with 2 Mendez police. Whole bunch of other people involved with him. Crimes with a Bose family with on off the campuses, federal crimes with whole bunch of people, federal criminals with associated with former director of the FBI, with his lawyer, with former domestic families criminally involved, with connected, facilitated, connecting federal crimes and other natures of crimes, identity theft, names forging and switching on off Trinity College, on off CCSU connected. Whole bunch of recorded confessions connected, and we're gonna see the pattern. There's a line from Church Street in my town all the way on the main street, all the way straight up to CCSU, criminally with businesses and with people that sought me out for sequence shift roles, for example. But because tied to how they sought me out, I figured this out. These are people foreign and domestic crimes of Russians, them pretending to be against it. Those same courts are recorded already. They had crime acts and cases already with Russians, with other nations involved with areas maintain manifest weapons of live progression straight from the branches, misprision criminality, all private tied to them. Needed to hide the same lie, needed to hurt the same people the same way, needed to hide the same sequence shifts, finite crime acts, active lies regarding the people's value, every value, progressive lies regarding people's value, every value, identity theft lies regarding people's lives, every value, every value regarding black and white, regarding Jim Crow. We have no representation. We need federal stewardships of Connecticut all the way up to on off Paul Benford Drive, because there were varying natures of courts, and on off the state judicial branch offices. Weathersfield People Pizza sought me out. There are sequence shift roles. I never knew her when she was in high school. Maria Vizino, her brother's names, I don't even know their names. Stephen Stocco, too. I never had anything to do with him. I explained the exceptions. These are people who evolved through time, criminally evolved with the people that were involved. Whole bunch of people, federal criminals proven, further involved with crimes leading up to the Trade Center attack, already having used CCSU criminally on off of it, already having used Trinity College on off it. Before I went to those locations, they already had those locations involved with this that was here through time. Yeah. Respond right now. Spread the word around Weathersfield, Connecticut. Get me a response. We got WFSB doing much, much worse with the kids and with the interbranch acting behind. So they act to pretend they didn't realize things. There are sequence shifts. These are crime acts rules. These are judges or crime roles with 4G names, switching names, formal drug crime roles, private drug crime roles, uses of them to keep the sensibilities of people, making opinions about others they don't even know, presented to so they can film things. These are real sick predators with each age of fact-cheating nature through time. All rise. You watch. See how they have they have Los Solitos and they glorify that spot right outside Hartford Hospital? And these are people associated also further recorded, confessed, involved with on and off Fox Connecticut News, with predicate acts, with database crimes, sequence shifts, identity theft crimes, being coached to it by interbranch actors, forgetting mandated law. Mandated law will crush you now. You better fix the fake news.